Okay, here is a last example, example 3, which is real life application. So the problem states you buy 8 hostas and 15 daylilies for $193. Your friend buys 3 hostas and 12 daylilies for $117. Write and solve a system of linear equations to find the cost of each daylily. Well, like we had mentioned before, linear equations means that you have 2 variables, and usually we work with the variables x, y. So if we're trying to find the cost of each daylily, and so we don't need to find hostas, but for the sake of this problem, I'll probably just find both just so you know what to do. So I don't know the cost of my daylilies, and I don't know the cost of my hostas. So since I don't know the cost of either, those are going to be my variables. So just because hostas came first, I'm going to call that x. Daylilies came second, so I'm going to call that y. So x is the cost of your hostas. Y is going to be the cost of your daylilies. Sorry, my pen doesn't work that well writing like that. So now I have 2 equations. So first, you buy 8 hostas and 15 daylilies. Do I know the cost of the 8 hostas I bought? No, I don't. So I can call that 8x because I have 8 hostas times the price of each. I also bought 15 daylilies. Do I know the cost of each daylily? No, I don't. So I can do that 15 times y because y is the cost of each daylily. That gives me a cost of $193. Well, what do I do with the cost of my hostas and daylilies to get a cost of $193? Well, you take the cost of your hostas and you add it to the cost of your daylilies to get your total. Then you have your friend who buys 3 hostas. Do we know how much they paid for? No. So it's 3 times whatever the price is. We also bought 12 daylilies. I don't know what that cost is. So we're going to do 12 times whatever the cost is of each one. Equals 117. Again, you're going to take those costs and add them together to get your total. Now this problem is definitely the most advanced in terms of solving because in all of our questions, we've either had to not multiply, so we go directly to step 2 where we add or subtract. The second set of examples was we only had to multiply the top or bottom equation, and then we had to add or subtract. Here, we're going to actually multiply the top and bottom equation because that's the problem we have. So if we look at our x's, we notice that the least common multiple of 8 and 3 will be 24. 15 and 12, quite honestly, I didn't even figure out what it is. They're bigger numbers, and which means I'm going to have to multiply by bigger numbers, and I don't want to deal with that. So we're going to stick with the 8 and 3 to get a common multiple of 24. So what do I need to multiply the top equation by to get 24? I'm going to multiply the top equation by 3, or you could multiply it by -3. It depends on how you want to do the second step. The bottom equation is going to need to be multiplied by 8 so that we get that 24 here. So when we multiply 3 times 8, we get 24. Whoops, let me change my color again. We get 24x. 3 times 15 is 45y. Equals, we get 579. The second equation is 24x. 8 times 12 is 96. And then 117 times 8 is 936. So now looking at 24 and 24, how do you get them to cancel? Do you add them or do you subtract them? In this case, you're going to want to subtract. 24 minus 24 gives us 0. So what's 45 minus 96? You get negative 51y equals negative 357. So to solve for y, you're going to divide the top and bottom by negative 51. And we get y equals 7. Now what does 7 stand for? 7 stands for the cost of our daylilies. That's exactly what we are looking for. So, do I need to keep going any further to find the cost of the hostas? No, because it's not what the question asked for. So, daylilies cost $7 each. And that's all you needed to do for this problem.